Hi everyone, Hirsch Saha here, reporting from Auckland, and today is the 8th of May 2024. And yes, on this talk video, attitude. Attitude really is everything. It really is. With the right attitude, you can accomplish anything. And I know that sounds cliche. I know we've all heard it before many, many times. I know it sounds obvious, but really, it's something which cannot be stressed enough, I think, and something which, we should be reminded about from time to time, something which can really help. And this whole idea of attitude, at least in my mind, I got from a family member who actually told me about it a while back, and I'm glad that I learned it back then. Probably I wish I learned it even sooner. But he said to me that in life, people can always say one thing, they can always promise one thing, but what they actually do can be something very different because it's all attitude. It's easy to say to someone, I'll always be there for you. You can always count on me. Yes, if that happened, I would do what I would need to do to, get you out of the situation, you know, or say to someone who you're close to, I love you, or anything like that. But what you really do, especially when times are testing or, when times are not going so well, what you actually do can be quite different. It really is attitude, and it all comes down to small things. It's like someone who owes you money, do they actually make it a priority to pay you back? Do they even care, or are they simply don't care, or they're just hoping you forget about it? Or you might remind them, oh, don't forget, you owe me that much money, or you need to send me even something as simple as that. You need to send me a copy of that document, so I've got it as well, or a copy of that book, or what have you. And if they're like, oh yeah, 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 of course, you can tell by their attitude that not only will they probably not do that, but they just don't really seem to care, or they don't see it as a priority. Whereas someone who asks, "Oh, gee, yes, of course, my apologies, so sorry, I must send you that. I just keep forgetting. In fact, right now, I'm going to put it on my calendar, so when I get into the office first thing Monday morning, I will actually, I have the reminder to send it to you. Or, if I remember that money, hey, actually, you know what? I'm going to give it to you right now. What's your bank account number? I'll do the transfer right now. You get the idea. Attitude really is everything. And despite whatever situation you're in, how deep you are in a hole, or, how big the problem is, how challenging the situation facing you, it really does all come down to attitude. And isn't it interesting? Sometimes it's not always the amount of work that needs to be done or how hard something is. It's just really our mentality about it. With the right attitude, the right mentality, we can make a start. And remember, you don't have to do everything at once. You can do it in piecemeal fashion or baby steps, one thing at a time, and just being patient. Try not to get too hung up on the actual amount of work that is there, but just taking it one step at a time, and then you find out and then you'll end up getting there. It's like, oh, we're already halfway through, not bad. I remember a colleague from work years ago told me something. She was like, oh, it's just once you get started, it's actually not so bad, is it? Whatever the task is, no matter how hard it is or how long it'll take, just once you get started, it's not so bad, and it gets easier and easier because it becomes less and less as you do more and more. You get closer and closer to completion. Um, it's amazing. People always seem to be much happier on a Friday than they are on a Monday for obvious reasons. But you could actually have more work on a Friday. It could be a longer working day, it could be a harder working day, but chances are you would actually be happier on the Friday, of course, with the weekend just around the corner. It's attitude, isn't it? It's all attitude, no matter what your position in life, where you are, how long you have to go, or what you have to do, what you need to do. Attitude really is everything, and it goes a long, long way. And again, coming back to what I said before and how you treat people, even just, if you're at someone's house or you're staying with someone, just even just how you carry yourself. If you make a mess, do you actually clean it up afterwards, or do you do just a quick job, or you just don't bother altogether? If you hit something, or you hit something hard by mistake, or bump something, do you actually have a proper look just to make sure there's no real damage or anything? I'm not saying every single time you bump something, but if it's really hard, it's like, oh, did I scratch that, or did I cause any damage? And then again, not only having a look, but if there is damage, if you'll do anything to make up for it or try to repair the damage. again, or if you just simply decide to not care, it's attitude, isn't it? So definitely something we should all be reminded about from time to time. Definitely something we should all learn well in the first place. Attitude really is everything, when it comes to whatever you're facing in life or whether it comes to how other people treat you. They may say something, but what they really do can be something very, very different. Definitely something to keep in mind. Attitude really is everything. So try to have the best attitude yourself, especially for whatever you're facing in life. Remember, you can do it. You know, as someone amazing once told me, anything's possible. Anything's possible, it really is. And of course, when dealing with other people, despite what they say, see how they actually behave towards you, see their attitude, because that is, of course, really who they are. So yep, definitely something to keep in mind and definitely something to learn from and something to use, to your own advantage. And if anything, maybe something that if you can, if you've got the right attitude, so to speak, something to also teach to other people so they can just replicate and do the same and it can keep spreading and spreading and make even the whole world a much, much better place. Thank you.